meets with the client and says, okay, tell me what's the issue, but they kind of have some limited background information. Now, we didn't talk about this, and this is probably a lot. I think it's probably too much to do this year, but I'm just putting it out there since Abby's recording, that maybe in the future, if this was something electronic or some type of folder that could travel with the person as they move through the stations, so that the doctors or whomever or the nurses, they could write notes on these forms, or whomever, the diaper people, they could write notes, and we could kind of build a record or a file about a particular person. But for this purpose, I think Noel's intake form is only going to be done at the very beginning, and then we're going to sort through them at the end. But if you have questions that you think should be on the form, you can email them to her, and she could try to incorporate.
Okay, so what about an evaluation? Are we going to have the folks who come through the system evaluate the program as far as the services that they're receiving?
We'll send a follow-up after the event.
But are you talking about the clients, like the people who are being served?
Okay.
Yeah.
You have no idea how to do that unless I don't. Abby would have to think of some way to do that.
It's the same concept. Just sending it via email. So the intake form should have an email address or something like that, and we can send information for them to take a survey.
Oh, so everyone who comes through in the park for services will sign up? Is that what you're saying?
I think well, Noel, correct me if I'm wrong. The intake form is for them to be able to participate in the services, be it diapers or the health thing. Am I correct in that?
Yeah. So there's going to be 2 intake forms.
Hello?
Noelle has bad reception at her house. So I think what she was trying to say, there'll be 2 intake forms, one for the volunteers and one for the service providers. And the purpose of the volunteer intake form is to figure out if which volunteers are interested in making a long-term commitment to serve as community mentors in the community.
Right.
So, and what skill sets they might have.
Okay.
And that was something Luke suggested about the skill sets, because he was saying that we have a lot of different volunteers, different backgrounds, and we don't really have any data on who is volunteering and the types of folks that volunteer. So he was saying that maybe we should figure out if what's people's background to get a little bit more acquainted with our volunteers. And we should also ask them for their birthdays, so we could wish them happy birthday.
Okay.
Hey, I'm back. My phone died. Sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. And I think I was answering Abby's question.
Yeah, keep going. I think Roland tried to answer for you, but we want to hear it from you.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, so there's going to be 2 different intake forms. One is for the community members to identify their needs, but the other is also for volunteers or people attending the event that want to help out in the effort of maintaining relationships with the community members. So does that make sense? It's going to be like a community intake form. So do you have kids? Do they need tutoring? That kind of thing. And then there's going to be a church member / event participant form that says, do you have a desire to kind of help us build these relationships with the communities, and if so, how can you contribute in that effort? And then we're gonna use that to kind of pair people with the community members, etc.
Awesome, Roland. You did a good job as well.
Noelle said, I like the way she said it though. But Antoinette, any other questions concerning health?
I think that's it. I think you've answered my question and gave some good suggestions. So I think that's what it boils down to, having 3 tables one being for the first aid, and it could be in a separate location. You were saying, correct? And then having those chairs. I think that would cover the issue.
Okie dokie. Well, with that being said, we're going to move on to food. I asked the person whom I trust the most to help me out with food because, as we know, it was a late addition. It was something that we weren't really sure we would be able to do, but we decided to go forward with it. So my wife is gonna take the lead on the food, and so she has a report to share with the group about her findings.
Hi, everybody.
Hi. Hey, Rhonda.
Right now I have the stats on the ice cream, but I don't have anything for the hot dog since you guys just discussed about that just yesterday. I will have to go out and I guess figure out which place is cheaper, Costco or Restaurant Depot, probably Restaurant Depot. But either way, right now everything... Exactly.
That's right, Noah.
If we purchase the ice cream and that is 2.5 gallon containers or tubs, 4 of them being ice cream and 4 being water ice. If we purchase those, then our total is coming out to $363, and that is 8 tubs of ice cream and water ice. That's Dixie cups, spoons, coolers, and dry ice. So the other thing that I looked into is was renting a ice cream truck. And the lowest that he could get for me at the moment, I'm still talking to him about it, but the lowest that he can get for me right now is 350 people for $400. And he has an ice cream truck with 15 different flavors, and then he's adding in an additional 4 different flavors of water ice, which is watermelon, lemon, strawberry, and cherry. So that's what we have right now for the ice cream.
But he's also doing it for a time period, right?
Oh yeah, and he's also doing it for a time period for 2 hours. We would not be able to afford for any longer, and he's not able to do 500 people. So not for our budget.
For your own quote, Rhonda, about how many do you think you could do if we did it by ourselves?
That's the quote that I did was for 300 people.
Okay.
And that's 363.
How small are them Dixie cups?
Small 3-ounce cups. Right. And I wasn't even giving them 3 ounces. I was only giving them like 1.5, 2 ounces. Like, and that's with giving each person a ticket and letting them redeem it at the ice cream stand. But I'm still planning to do that at registration. I had to talk to Noel about that, but I'm still planning to do that where we give out tickets for hot dogs and ice cream, and so when they come to redeem their food, then each person is only getting the amount for their family, which is whatever.
So the big question is, you said $360 if we do it by ourselves, $400 if we pay for someone else to do it. Noel knows that we only allocated $300 for this ice cream budget. She's in a better position than I to know whether or not we could afford it. But and she's not. Oh yeah, she's still on here. But that's the big question: is if we want to do it, how do we do it? Also knowing that we also are thinking now about purchasing hot dogs. So if we're to do hot dogs and peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, then
no peanut butter jelly sandwiches if we're doing hot dogs.
Well, the hot dogs will only be meat.
That's fine. We ain't feeding volunteers.
We're not?
No.
So I should tell everybody to bring their own lunch?
Yep. Sent emails about that earlier.
All right.
We're asking them to eat before or bring their own lunch. We can't afford to feed everybody this year. You did get your list of volunteers, correct?
Me? Oh, yes, I did. And for right now, I have 4 volunteers.
Okay, in the health station, did everybody on here get their list of volunteers?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Because I sent the health station has a few additional people outside of the people that you already have that have signed up to volunteer. I have right here 1, 2, 3, 4 people.
Sign up for the health station?
Yeah, I mean to help you all. And I know one of them. I think one of them is a doctor too.
And one of them can't do it.
Pardon?
One of them is Ramon Zapata.
And that's for Noel too. Mika can't do it.
You have to cancel out both of them. Any Zapatas that you see.
Yeah, wherever there's Zapata.
I don't have any Zapatas.
You don't have down?
I
thought Kamika was under registration.
No, I'm intake.
He's with Abby. But
Abby.
But yeah, Abby, wherever you see VAPATA, you should delete them from the list. They're having some health issues, so they can't.
Okay, yeah, one of them is health station.
Okay, yes, and don't add anyone because we have a huge list already, and I will.
Well, we'll just allocate them to somewhere else then. Ronnie, you need some more people?
No, because I do have to split them in shifts now.
I think I think I will need more people if we're doing hot dogs and ice cream. I'll need at least. Thank you, baby. I think we'll probably need at least 3 people doing hot dogs, and then because I wanted 4 people doing ice cream on different sides of the park. But if we have like one table to do hot dogs, maybe like 2 people. I don't think we need that many.
But what I'm interested in is knowing whether or not folks think we should outsource the ice cream and icing. There's a $40 difference, but it's $40 more from the budget. Knowing that we also have to purchase hot dogs.
I vote no for the outsourcing because they can't stay the whole time.
I mean, we wouldn't be able to be doing it the whole time either.
Would you do the 2-hour slot too, just on the back end?
Maybe.
I mean, they'll only do it until it runs out.
They're doing it for 350 people. We have it counted for 300 people.
Okay, then all right. Then.
They
have a truck. Are you using your volunteers in this truck to help portion out, or is he bringing his own people?
The only thing that we would be doing is that we would be passing out the He said that there would be 1 person in the truck, and so that we would be assisting her, and that we would also be, just basically passing out tickets. But if we did the truck, then I wouldn't need any more volunteers for the hot dogs because we would just be my volunteers would go towards the hot dogs.
I mean, as long as they can handle the amount of people that's gonna come to them, or one person in the truck, I'm cool with that. With the additional, because they have all the equipment, then we don't have to run around trying to find dry ice and stuff.
And I think we can squeeze a $40 difference out.
Well, it's probably going to be more like $100 plus difference when you include hot dogs and all that kind of stuff. Probably more like $150.
Okay.
I mean, we said we was gonna do it. It's on the flyer. We gotta find it.
Yeah, I think we can do it. But I just need all the churches to get their donations in.
So speaking of well, I would like to hear everybody's voice. If you're on the call, I want to know your position. Do we do it ourselves or do we outsource it?
What's the volunteer situation looking like? Because if we need volunteers for the other stations, then maybe we should outsource.
What do you mean? I'm not sure. We have enough volunteers no matter what. So it's the question is really about cost right now. I don't know if I answered your question or not, Yannick. Maybe I didn't understand it fully.
Well, I'm just thinking for previous years that, we had a lot of people that used to just mill around because they didn't have anything to do. So maybe a food station like ice cream and hot dogs would be a good place for them to volunteer.
Gotcha. That is, I think that's a legitimate concern. Abby would have a better idea of whether or not we're close to capacity with volunteers. Are we at the point where we want to cut that volunteer pool off?
We have 42 volunteers confirmed at the moment. It hasn't filled up all of the places that we said that we need, like security technically still has a lot of open spots, but because we hired some people, we're fine in that one.
Vonnick has a list of like 14 names.
Yeah, like 14, 15 people. I'm Crystal. I'm not sure how you're doing in terms of having fully staffed individuals for AV setup and staging and all that stuff. Everybody else looks to be pretty okay. But in terms of like the intake table, volunteer, registration table, and food, we're fine. We still don't have a photographer or videographer. I mean, we're just gonna have to take our own pictures. But as everything else, we look like we'll have more than enough volunteers to carry out the day's activity.
So
okay, go ahead.
yeah, I think my list. I think there's like 2 people, but I'll know for sure. Hopefully by tomorrow whether or not like how many additional hands would be needed for AV. I've recruited help on my end for music, and then I also got photography and possibly I think he's also doing videography so they just have to put their information through.
Awesome.
Just so the conversation doesn't veer off, I think probably we should outsource then, since it's looking at like it probably would be better just for everybody involved. One less thing we have to worry about. I think we should outsource the food.
And that's outsourcing the ice cream portion, right? That's what we're talking about, or is it both that and the hot dogs?
Yeah, just ice cream and icy.
Okay. And if it's I'm cool with outsourcing. And if we did it, I would suggest maybe doing it between the 3:30 and 5:30 if we only have 2 hours.
Rhonda, did he give you a time slot that he is available, or is it just 2 hours regardless of the time of day?
He did. I actually can tell him, and so I told him from 3 to 5, from 3 to 5 is when I told him, just because since we're supposed to be starting at 2:30, and I figured, by the time everything gets up and running and everything, I thought that those would be the best hours.
But we could shift to 30 minutes. I don't think that's a
if you guys want to do it from 3:30 to 5:30, that's fine.
And how
Well,
much
That
is
was
it
just a
again?
suggestion. I'm not married to it.
What was the cost again? I think I missed that.
400.
400
400?
for 350 people.
Oh, okay.
Within 2 hours.
Within 2 hours, yes.
2 hours.
Okay.
I have a question about the water. I know we're purchasing water. Um, do we have coolers to keep those cool?
That's a very good question because we have we are planning to purchase 800 waters and water bottles, and our cooler, our own personal cooler, probably can only fit 100 or two. So how did we do this last year? I'm trying to remember who had the water.
I'm trying to remember myself.
They had coolers, wasn't it? It wasn't Metro last year? But they had coolers. I know they had coolers. But in doing research for the ice cream, Kmart has the styrofoam coolers for $14.99. So I don't know if you want to look into that. And that's the 45 quart.
I know Tacoma Park has a deep freezer. Brinkler, do you guys have a deep freezer at your church that the water could be frozen in advance?
I know they have just regular refrigerators.
Right.
But I don't think we should put out more money. I think as
No. You could if you is the way.
no, oh no, that not to that remark. I was just thinking of last year. Now I believe a few of us brought coolers because we brought our cooler last year as well.
We have a cooler.
We have a cooler we can bring as well.
Yeah, so I'm thinking if a few of us bring coolers and try to freeze what we can at home. But I know Brinklow doesn't have a freezer. I can verify, but I don't remember seeing a deep freezer there.
Yannick, can you figure out if there's a way to clear space in Tacoma Park's freezer for like just for the balance of the week? That maybe Brinklow could drop off water just to store there?
I can also, I'll call my principal tomorrow and see, because my school is not tremendously far from the park. Because nobody should be in the kitchen right now to see if he'll be okay with us putting the waters in the walk-in refrigerator we have at school, or even freezer if need be. Because my school's off Stanton Road in Alabama, which isn't far away from there. So if we get the waters if he approves it and we get the waters to the school, leave it in there for a day or two and just come and get it. Well, no, never mind. That won't work because the school's not open on Saturday. Sorry.
I'll ask. I'll ask, and then I could drop it off either during the day, this week, or Wednesday night, whichever one.
And Anthony, you think it's possible if Yannick can? Do you think you guys could get it to Tacoma Park?
I'm sorry, what was that? Repeat, you broke up.
If Yannick could get the fridge or the freezer, can you guys drop it off there?
Yeah, we're planning. This is Tacoma Park.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're planning to drop off the diapers. I guess maybe the same day we could drop off the diapers at Wheaton and
The
at
water.
Tacoma Park.
Does Wheaton have a deep freezer? I'm trying to think, and I don't want to speak for them.
I think they do.
Shadina's on the line.
Oh.
I want to say I've been there and I've seen one, but I don't want to speak for them. So just
Dina. Are you at work, Shadina?
No, I'm not. Sorry, I'm busy.
Who are you on a conference with?
So Shadina, we're trying to figure out if Wheaton has a deep freezer.
One of those big freezers? Yeah, I think so. I believe we have one.
Can you confirm that with Yvette?
Hold on. Let me text. All right.
So that might address that. But back to the ice cream icing. I want to keep the meeting moving. I want to hear what everyone's opinion. We outsource it or not. Antoinette, do you have a thought?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. Well, I'm
I
sorry,
know
I got
you
distracted.
type in. We see you working.
I'm multitasking. I'm sorry.
No,
What was the question?
the question is, do we outsource the ice cream and ices or not?
Oh yeah. I sounds like a good plan to me.
Okay, Jessica Brazier, Jessica Maddox.
I'll go along with, what the group goes along with. It's fine for me. I don't mind. And I also do have 6 volunteers, so if you need them, if you do have a station. I don't know if you need them. I guess I'll talk to Abby, but I do have 6 volunteers.
They can just go sign up on the website and sign up what is available. Or they can do food with do hot dogs with. Yeah.
Brazier.
Hey, I agree that it's a good idea. In fact, one other positive for it is just in terms of ambiance and energy. Sometimes it'll give that feel of like an ice cream truck coming to visit, and kids especially get excited about that. And I think it'll just give a good sense of energy to the event. So I like the idea.
Shadina. Because I assume Noel's budget response was a yes. So.
What
Yes.
was that?
So Shadina, you're the deciding person. Do we go for it or not?
In terms of what now?
Outsourcing the ice cream. Stop smiling, Abby.
I don't know.
Shadina, you're fired. You're fired.
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay. So we spoke about food. We spoke about the health station. Is there? I know that there's probably a T-shirt question. Abby has some T-shirt updates.
Get your people to buy T-shirts. They about to go up $5 tomorrow, and or you all can be the deciding factor. Do we raise the price? Do we not raise the price? So far, hold on, let me find it. I'll tell you about how many shirts we have sold. Give me 2 seconds. Pretty much what I can tell you is that we got about 70 something of them left.
Ooh.
So we need to sell these shirts. These shirts being sold is like money that we're missing out on. We got like 74 shirts in stock, and all the proceeds from the shirts is money that we can use for the event, but we're not selling the shirts like we need to. So I can either we can not raise the price to encourage people to continue to buy them, or we can raise the price and get what we can. So I guess you all can help me make that decision. So we keep the price at $15. I don't want to lower the price because people who pay $15 gonna ask for their money back. Or do we raise it? But if I said what did I say? 74 shirts allows us to make. Well, we've already recovered what we spent. 74 times 15. We're missing out on like $1,100 by not getting these shirts out. So if we can hustle some shirts this week, we have more money to put towards purchasing hot dogs or whatever last minute items that we need. We just need people to buy.
Is this something we can put on Facebook, maybe? The link?
I've been putting it on my Facebook. You feel free to reach out to your network and put it wherever you can, or see if your church will send it out in a newsletter. But we definitely need to sell these shirts. So, what do you all think? Should we raise the price tomorrow or keep it at 15?
Raise the price.
Noel's on that budget. But I also want to remind folks something else that Abby has emailed is for the volunteers. If people are volunteering, she said about 40 people have signed up. That means at least 40 shirts should have been sold, because that would mean people are volunteering and they don't have Park and Pray shirts on, and I don't really know how that works. That's never happened before, and I don't see why that's happened this year. So outside of the Public Health Corps, who definitely wear their own uniforms, everyone else should have a Park and Pray shirt on.
So,
Hey, Abby?
We have about 23 individuals who are volunteers who've purchased a shirt.
In everyone's emails to their volunteers,
Abby,
if you haven't already sent those out, you should remind them to buy their shirts.
I sent out another one today.
Buy the shirt now.
Now. I mean, I know that when I sent my email out, I was
Abby,
like,
maybe
these
one more
prices are
thing we
raising
can do
on Monday.
is make volunteers' first duty of action to like promote shirt sales. To say like, hey, volunteers, your first duty before Saturday is to sell 5 shirts each. I don't know if we could do that for everyone, but maybe that can be a way to just start getting the ball rolling, telling them to post it on their Facebook pages like you did and all of that stuff. We can help with that too.
I'll be happy to send that to them if you could just send me the verbiage.
It's just, all it is say, hey guys, first duty as a volunteer. Okay, I'll send that to you.
Abby, can you, I know you sent people the email addresses for their volunteers. And can you send them any other additional contact information so that folks could contact them through other means? Some people are not email folks. They may have just submitted it.
You want phone numbers?
Like phone numbers and probably at least their first name, because I know some volunteers, their email address is like CuddyBear48. You know, I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I will put another page of information under that document that you all already have access to, and it will have their name and their phone number.
But the shirts are not just for volunteers, right? Anyone can buy a shirt.
Anybody is encouraged to buy a shirt. We're pushing for volunteers to mainly have them, but anybody can buy it. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking of buying some. So even though the shirts are available to anybody for them to buy, I'm thinking of having like name tags or something like that to as another indicator that they're like an official volunteer, just in case people from your church buy this shirt and they're not necessarily a volunteer.
Okay.
Any other? I'm sorry. So raise the price, keep it the same.
I shouldn't vote on that.
I think we keep it the same, actually. This is Jess.
Yeah, I'm leaning more keep it the same, but I understand the other side too.
The same as in the Monday price of $20 or the $15?
Keeping it at 15 or raising it to 20?
I think keep it at 15.
Wait, I'm confused. When we say that the price is gonna go up tomorrow, what would that price be?
It would have been $20 tomorrow.
Right, and that's what I forwarded to my volunteers already.
Same here.
Okay, then you gotta keep it at 20. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I think that we should raise it because I know that I retain that part from Abby's email, so my volunteers are under the impression it's going to go up.
Oh, okay. If it's already been communicated, we shouldn't. Yeah, you're right. We should keep what we said we'd do.
which is raise the price.
Yeah. I didn't know it was already communicated.
Okay. So I mean, I guess
I think
with
part
that
of the
no
confusion
guarantee.
was that in the past T-shirts were $20, and we mistakenly posted it on the website for 15, and then we decided to run with it, and we were going to eventually change it, and we just delayed. And I think the question is, do we continue to delay or stop what we're doing, or or do what we were supposed to do at the very beginning?
No, I mean, well, I sent another all bulk email today. You all should have got it too, because I put you on there that today will be the last day that it's $15, and tomorrow's going to raise it to 20. So I think the only thing that I'm trying to figure out is that if we do that, will it discourage the volunteers from buying the shirts because they're $20? Because we're ultimately just trying to sell more, not necessarily get more money, but hey.
Well, I think if you're, oh, this is Jessica Maddox. I think if you're open to, I mean, keeping it at $20, and I mean, letting people understand that this is really going to donate to the cause, helping them to understand that this is going towards the event, is because most of the people buying the shirts are people that are volunteering or closely tied to the event. So, I think that will help. The $20 is really more of a donation than buying the T-shirt. So I think if people understand that, that may help. And I think also just do individual sales. So if someone comes and says, hey, I only have $15, then take it. But keep the price as $20.
Well, we're kind of not taking day of money because it's Sabbath. Or
okay, yeah. Well, I'm saying prior to the event, not Sabbath.
well, we're not. So the only thing with that is everything is electronic. So if it was or time where somebody can give me $15, that would be one thing. But we a week out or we couple days out, so I'm not really gonna run into anybody from church who can just say, hey, this is all I got, since everything is electronic. So maybe we can just do the $15 and then I'm at the $20 for the public, and maybe I can find a way to do like a discount code, and y'all can send it to your volunteers who haven't bought it this week. And the discount code will be for the $5 so that the volunteers can get it for 15, and anybody else buying it can get it for 20.
I have a question.
Way to go, Abby.
I have a question. Can any, like, the T-shirts we're trying to sell to any and everybody, correct?
Correct.
So I think, like, even if if each one of us, how many of us are on this call? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 10 of us on this call. Like, I don't know. If each person thought of at least 5 people that would buy a T-shirt, like, and text them and made them buy a T-shirt tonight, that's 50 T-shirts.
Okay.
Easy. Right? Like, even outside of the volunteers, if we could just make an even more concerted effort just to say, hey, because at this point, I'm the type of person, I just be walking around telling people, listen, you buy this T-shirt, like this young person right here who's buying 2 T-shirts tonight. That's right. That's their assignment. You let them know. They can put in their offering, take it out their tithe, whatever they need to do to give it to Jesus. Just get 5 people to buy a T-shirt on tonight. And don't tell me you don't have no friends. No hell. All right. Thanks.
I think that's all I got for T-shirts. We want to sell them so we can have more liquid money.
Okay. I know. Even though, well, I don't know, Shadina, if you have any updates concerning the about diaper distribution, or Jessica Maddox, if you have any updates concerning diaper collection. But I would definitely like to give a shout out to Noel, who successfully collected, I don't know, over 1,000 diapers.
Yep.
That were donated. I think it was like 1,300 or some number she said, but over 1,000 diapers were donated at Seabrook, and then it's going to be matched. Each diaper donated up to the first 1,000 was going to be matched. So Seabrook is going to be donating, I think, like over 2,000 diapers. So shout out to Noel.
Bam.
For her hard work,
Boom.
making that happen.
We also have close to 2,000.
Yes.
On it.
There it is.
Boom.
That sounds like almost like 4,000 diapers right there. And
Okay, can you hear me?
we can.
Okay, yeah, this is Jessica from Miracle. I just wanted to see who was that who said they had 2,000, and I'm just trying to keep count. Miracle, we have 1,015 diapers right now. I'm trying to still collect more, but that's how many we have at the moment.
That's what's up. I'm loving these numbers.
So I'm just trying to. So someone said they had 2,000 diapers. What church was that?
Brinklow has over 1,800 diapers.
Okay, Brinklow has 1,800.
Yeah, over. We have to pick some more up this week. We don't know how many, but we know so far what we do have in our house is about 1,800.
Okay, and I also wanted to just, this is Jessica Maddox. I also wanted to talk about the diaper transport through the week. I know we can hold diapers at Wheaton, I believe, and I just want to, I'll touch base as far as what we're actually going to do with them. But if anyone needs diapers transported, I'm going to send out an email, but you can just email.
We lost her.
Question.
And
I know oh, sorry.
I need to get the charger.
Go ahead, Yannick.
Question. Is there any like records of like people donated money on the website? Because I know there was a way to donate money for the diaper drive on the website. Is there any record of that, or is it strictly just physical diapers?
We have records of who donated money on the website. It doesn't specify, like, it just says like their name and how much they donated.
So we won't know which church is from.
Oh, so we do have records of which churches donated as well as which individuals donated.
Okay. What do you mean when you say records of which church donated? You mean like their contribution, or just like individual donations?
I mean the church's contribution.
Okay. Yeah, so Yannick, I guess the only way to know if Tacoma Park members have donated would be, I guess, if Noel were to share the list. And so Noel, I guess that's the big charge this week, is to get Leslie to give you, we need a current list of how much money has been donated and the names.
So I got that. I mean, I guess I just gotta get another one, because I got a current list last week, but I can get another one. And
but wasn't that list through June something or something like that?
no, the list was all of the online donations, but only June for the paper, like monies and checks that came in. But that list included all of our online donations as of last Saturday.
Gotcha.
And what I'm looking at here is, so I can see what churches donated, and I can see individuals that donated, but I can't see what churches the individuals are from. It just has their name.
Oh, and also correction, Darnell just told me that we have over 2,300 diapers from Brinklow.
Show off. Show off. If there are no more questions, oh man, I was going to turn it over to Jessica
I did
Britt.
have
Oh.
no. So I was just bringing that up because I know that I have said, hey, you can donate money via the web Park and Pray website. So I didn't know if there was a way, not even to see which church people donate from, but what's the delineation between I'm donating for Park and Praise or I'm donating for diapers. That's why I brought up that.
Oh, okay. Sorry for failing at answering your question there, Yannick. So it doesn't say whether they're donating for diapers. It just kind of says Park and Praise. Online giving. Yeah, it doesn't say for like what portion.
But I think any individual donations most likely would just go towards um, diapers. Based upon the way the budget was allocated, we don't need the individual donations in order to do the other portions of the program.
And I think even the way online is set up, there's no way for them to specify if they're donating to the diaper drive or just to the overall event anyway.
No, that's fine. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Hey, it's unfortunate Jessica Brazier's kicked off or she's off, but I know that she touched base with Fabian Morrison, and I would have loved for folks to, I guess, to get a little rundown about who he is. But she and Fabian will co-host Park and Praise 2016. Um, and I think that's really, really good. You guys have already seen the effort that Jessica puts into hosting, so we already know what her caliber is, and I encourage you to Google Fabian. He is Googleable, and I actually learned of him early this year. I know he does stuff with Praise Vision. He's like one of their regular hosts. But early this year, Devon Franklin came. He visited Miracle to promote his new movie, Miracles from Heaven. And Fabian did an interview with Devon and Megan Good. And I just thought the interview is just fun. When I spoke with him earlier this spring, I shared with him that the way that he does interviews and he engages people is just really funny and lighthearted and is disarming. You know, he has a disarming way of approaching folks, and so I think he's going to be a really great addition. And he's able to do it without losing sight of the Christ-centered focus. So,
Roland, Fabian's done. He's hosted a couple of the open mic nights that we do as well. So he's super down to earth. He's also pretty much connected with the community. He sings. He like directs his own choir. But he is very humorous as well. But he can definitely relate to the people and make them feel. I mean, well, they are at home, but he definitely has an inviting presence.
yep. So thank you, Abby. So we're really fortunate to have them, and I know Crystal can speak to our speaker. Crystal, if you could give us a little quick thing about our speaker. And this is our last meeting, folks. So I apologize for the time. But Crystal, if you could give us a quick little snapshot, some of the artists that will be performing, and a little snippet about, the speaker, Jill.
All right. So snippet. So our speaker is coming. Her name is Jill or Jillian Lawrence. Um, and she will be arriving. Sorry about the police. Uh, she'll be arriving Friday evening. Um, and will be ministering for worship service over at Brinklow Sabbath morning. And actually, she and her daughter London will be coming. They'll be with us Saturday for Park and Praise. She'll also be kind of a part of the concert in itself as far as providing music. So she'll be intermingling both her music ministry and her speaking ministry together for Park and Praise. Right now, our lineup has two soloists, I think we have one praise team is still in the gray, but potentially two praise teams, one group, two go-go bands, two choirs, and then in between we'll be having some shout-out times or some times testimony slash information sharing with Empower DC and the DC Diaper Bank. We want to be able to make sure we get some information out so that folks are aware of the cause and what we're doing and why, and they're not just there to dance and do the bebop. So yes.
If you can get any of your stage people to buy a shirt, that would be awesome.
I am working on it right now as you're talking. I'm texting, sending folks. Someone just handed me cash, so I guess that means I'm going online and buying their shirt. So yeah, working on it.
So here's something only for your volunteers. Once again, please go to that document, and I've added a whole nother section at the bottom of it where you can see your volunteer's name, first and last name, email address, and phone number. Only for your volunteers. I'm going to raise the price tonight at 12 o'clock, additional $5. If you give your volunteers the coupon code capital P, capital N, capital P, 2016, no spaces, they will get a $5 discount. So volunteers will be able to obtain the shirts for $15. Anybody outside of being a volunteer will have to purchase it for $20. All right?
Okay.
Don't give anybody a quote right now, because then they'll get their shirt for $10. We don't need that. So after 12 o'clock, any communication that you have with specifically volunteers, you give them that code, capital PnP 2016. They will receive a $5 discount to obtain their shirt.
Great. Jessica says she had to jump off. She's on a business call with people from Manila, Philippines. It must be nice. But she did want to let us know that that CPC has collected 700 diapers, and they believe they're on track to collect 1,000 by Wednesday's drop-off. So I'm really happy that it seems like the numbers are coming together. So everyone else, make sure we get to our goal. Whether it's by pounding, I was talking to a friend this week or last week, and she was reminding me that with the old folks, they are willing to give, but you have to do it the old system way, which is that you got to pick up that phone book and make some phone calls. You know what I mean? And so if your church has a church directory, I encourage you. There's only a couple of days left this week. Pick up the phone, make a phone call, walk them through the process so that they can make those donations and make it as simple as possible for them. Again, a box of 175 diapers costs about $30. So it doesn't cost terrible a lot. You know what I mean? To get to 1,000, I guess it's like about a little bit less than $300. Maybe it's like $250 or something like that. So that's the big ticket. It's like you at least want $250 of commitment to get to your 1,000. So hopefully everyone's pressing forward to that. Thank you, Abby, for the coupon code. I know Jessica Maddox, you were cut off earlier, but you said that if folks are trying to transport the diapers to Wheaton, that they should contact you if they're having issues getting them there. Does that mean you have a way to help them get there, or what? What do you think?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Okay. Yes, I will help, but it is I have a tight schedule somewhat. So I just need to know if anyone knows now that they need diapers transported, if they could just let me know, or at least get with me by tomorrow, call me or text me. I am willing to transport diapers. And I just also wanted to know, did I get all the counts from those, excuse me, please, sweetie, I'm on the phone. Did I get all the counts from everyone who's actually on the call? So does everyone's church? I know I got Brinklow, I have CPC. You said $1,000. That's from Seabrook? I mean, I heard there was 1,000 diapers. I think that was from Crystal. Is that for Seabrook, or what church is that?
Do you have the 2,300 from Brinklow?
Okay, I had 1,800 from Brinklow. You said 2,300?
Yeah, my husband just came in a few minutes ago, and he says it's over 2,300.
Okay, praise God. Okay.
So Seabrook.
Seabrook?
Yeah, Seabrook is going. I mean, so this is an estimate because there were some diapers that were like in singles. I was not about to count. So, Seabrook is gonna have about 2,200 as well. 2,200, 2,300. Once we match it.
Okay. Okay, so you're saying once you match it, so you have roughly around 1,000 now.
We have about 1,300 now.
Okay.
So once we get the 1,000, because we're matching up to 1,000, once we do that, which will happen this week, we'll have about 2,300.
Okay. Okay. I was just taking like the actual count of what we actually had now. Thank you so much. So is that it? I have Seabrook, Brinklow, CPC, Miracle. Is there anything for Tacoma Park or Wheaton?
I don't have an exact number. I believe we're at around 700 as well, 700, 750.
Okay. Okay. Because a lot of these, for Brinklow, do you need transport of diapers? Or will you transport them yourself?
We were planning to transport them to Wheaton on what? Was it? Am I correct? Is it Wheaton that was accepting these diapers on Wednesday?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were gonna take them ourselves. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, that's all for me. If anyone needs me to transport diapers, just contact me, and or if you have a count, just let me know.
Great, great, great. It's been a pleasure. Yannick, prayer, anything we need to know about prayer and books? I know there'll be a prayer station, and I don't know if there's anything you want to update us about it or not.
No, we have our volunteers. I would ask if anybody, church, it's a good opportunity if your church needs to clear up some shelf space, or if you have any extra quarterlies, specifically the kids quarterlies, our little friends, if you want to bring them, or I could pick them up from you this week, so that we can have some supplies to pass out. Feel free to do so. But other than that, that's about it.
One more thing for me, I'm making one last order for T-shirts. Are we in need of any more staff T-shirts? I'm ordering the security T-shirts, but are we all good in terms of staff shirts?
I think Yvette didn't have a staff shirt, and Rhonda doesn't have a staff shirt, so I guess I could buy a staff shirt for her. And but I don't know if Yvette still wants one, seeing that she bought another shirt.
Yeah, I think somebody needs a small women's shirt or something like that.
All right. Anybody? The Roland, the lady that came with Yvette, was she staff or participant?
Suzette, I think she's gonna help. I think Sedina can answer that question better than I can.
Suzette? Yeah, she's helping out.
She's staff. All right. So, Crystal, Yvette.
But you need to confirm that with Suzette if she bought another shirt. I don't want you to buy a shirt and she's like, oh, I already bought a shirt.
No, I gave them their blue shirts when I saw them on Saturday.
No, but you're talking about the red shirts now, though,
Yeah, I am.
Yeah. I don't want you to buy those shirts and then they don't want it because they bought another shirt.
Well, we'll figure it. What size does Rhonda need? Hello.
Large.
Alrighty.
All right, folks. Let's close this thing out with prayer. If we're a soccer team, we'll clap it up. You guys did a great job.
Clap, 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 clap.
I'm really, really, really proud of how everyone has pulled together over this last week. And so now we have one more week to go. And you don't have to hear my voice for a very long time. Oh, speaking of that, that's what I did want to say. Every station, even though we're going to have photographers, every station leader is expected to take pictures and to make sure pictures are taken of their station and their volunteers. Does everyone understand that? Use your personal camera, personal resources. Take a picture of you, your volunteers, and your station. So, because sometimes our photographers don't get all of the volunteering stuff that we do. I really want to make sure that that stuff is captured. So liberally take pictures of your team. But with that being said, let's close out. Listen, Noel, the point was take a picture of you and your team. A lot of pictures. So let's close out with the word of prayer. The next time we'll see each other will be Sabbath, most likely. And then the next time we'll talk will be sometime after Labor Day. We have our
One more question. What time are I guess folks getting down there to set up?
I should be there around 10:30.
Okay.
Roland.
Yes.
Hello. Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you heard my comment because I guess that's what I get for giving you a hard time. I got kicked off. But yeah, that's all.
What was your comment?
I was like, you expect me to conduct intake and take pictures at the same time? You're asking too much.
Yeah, that God knows why you have to get kicked off. If you guys learn nothing from me, learn this. Learn it from Abby. Delegate, delegate, delegate. Abby's the queen delegator. You know what I mean? Learn from Abby. Find someone on your team to take pictures.
I was just kidding, but of course. But
Let's close out with the word of prayer. Father God, we thank you for. I mean, it's crazy to think that it was a year ago. Park and Praise 2015 happened, and we've been planning this event since September of 2015. I mean, a very, very long 10 months, and time has gone by so quickly. Even though it still seems like there's a lot of unanswered questions, we know that you cover all sins, you cover all mistakes. And we just pray that you accept our best before you. As Luke suggested this week, we pray that each one of us takes time to reconnect with you, to possibly fast and pray, so that we can truly make the type of impact that will change this community. We know that only you can do that. We love you. We give you thanks. In your son's name, amen.
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 That was a shameless plug in my prayer. Luke did say that folks who want to fast.
Good job.
Yeah,
I was hoping you would provide some details.
I'll send an email to you all about the coupon code, and you all can reconnect with your volunteers this week to make sure that they all got them.
Okay.
Okie dokie. Fast, fast, fast.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye. See everybody later.